Hi guys, I don't know if I ever told you a little bit about my friend Peter. Oh, branch just fell out the tree beside me. Might have been a pigeon up there knocked it out. My friend Peter, I met, it's over 25 years ago I think now. And he was introduced to me by his dad. Now what was happening was I was working at the garage and Peter's dad came into the garage. Now Peter's dad used to be an engineer. Go on, off you go guys. And he used to look after Peter's car for him. Now Peter's dad realised that he was no longer able to do that anymore. He was getting too old to do that. So he came to the garage to see me, to see whether we'd take his car on at the garage to look after it for him. And I said, yes, that'd be fine. So he sent Peter down the following day. Peter didn't know this. I think his dad just suggested that he comes down to our garage, but I knew already what was going to happen. His dad had sort of prepared the ground for him. So anyway, Peter comes in, introduces himself, and we start looking after his car for him. Now, Peter then realised that I lived probably a quarter of a mile away from where he lived. And so he started walking past my house and having a look as he walked past. Eventually he spotted me in the front garden one day and crossed the road and started chatting. Then he came in for a cup of tea, and that's really how it all kicked off. Peter was a regular visitor after that. He was always up mine. He'd be in the garden having drinks with us. He couldn't come out for walks with me because Peter isn't able to walk very well. But he used to come round and visit all the time. And then likewise, I used to go round and see Peter on a Sunday, which I still do today. I've been doing this for years, absolutely years, going to see my friend Peter. He used to have a little bungalow, like a little council bungalow, which he was in for a long, long time. But eventually his health started to deteriorate and he had to go into council accommodation, like a home. But it was more of like a residential block. He didn't need care at the time, so he was okay there. But then things changed a little bit for Peter. He became very unstable, started falling over a lot. He's got it's a bit like vertigo type symptoms he's got. And he can't walk across an open room. He can't walk across a road. He has to hang on to somebody because he'll get halfway across a road or halfway across a room and he has to drop down to all fours because he loses his balance. And he's always been like that. He's always had balance issues. But it got to the stage where he was starting to have lots of falls. And the last fall he had, before he went into the care home, he hurt himself quite badly. So he went into recovery and he survived. He came into the care home he's now into. His dad, who had initially introduced him to me, he was a lovely fella, but he passed on quite a few years ago now. So Peter's all on his own. Peter did have a younger brother, but Peter's younger brother died of cancer again many years ago. So Peter's got no relatives left. His mum and dad and his brother are all gone. He's the last one in his family. But I still keep going and seeing Peter. And I go and see him every Sunday. I phone him up every day. So we have a chat in the morning. And then if he wants anything, he'll always ask me to get it. Be it some cod liver oil tablets or some cream or some shampoo or toothpaste. He'll ask me and I'll get it for him and take it round to him. So I've known Peter for many, many years. He's a fantastic fella. He had a very, very hard life. When he was born in 1939 and he was born disabled. It was a, how can you say it? It was a hard birth. It was a forced birth and he was damaged at birth. He wasn't born disabled, he was disabled by the medical staff. The birth happened in such a way that he was damaged. And he's been like that for his whole life. He's had a huge number of operations to try and sort him out. But he's always been disabled from birth. His parents were told when he was born that he wouldn't make it into his teens. He would die young, but he hasn't. Peter's now 85. He's 85. I think it's next month. October. Yeah, October. He's 85 years old. and he was supposed to die before he got into his teens, guys. So he's a real survivor, he's a battler. He's not shy to ask for help, but he's a lovely fella. Lovely fella. As disabled as he is, he's a fantastic fella. And I'm proud to be a friend of Peter's. I'm proud to know him. Yeah, great fella. I'll go and see him tomorrow. And I've got to take I've got to take my shoehorn. He's lost his shoehorn, or he's broken it, one of the two. I got him some slippers the other day, and he can't get his slippers on because he needs his shoehorn, and he's either lost it or he's broken it. So I've got a new shoehorn coming. And I've got a twin pack, and I phoned him up and I said to him, I've got your shoehorn coming. I said, you've got a colour choice. Do you want grey or do you want pink? And he's having the grey one. That's handy. Right, guys, I'm going to sign out and I shall speak to you later. Bye-bye.